Jaylen Brown took a jump forward this year, scoring 20 points per game on a strong Boston offense, but just how good is he now? At 23, is he already playing like an all-star? To understand Brown's offensive value, we need to start with his penetration game. Jaylen's always been a strong athlete when he gets downhill, but his handle has improved massively in the last year or so. He's added a crossover move in either direction, although it's still a bit loose. He's upgraded his spin move, which isn't devastating, but it creates a little extra separation when needed. Note how sturdy he is here, strong enough to move through this contact with Simmons. And his through the legs crossover is sharper, allowing him to shift into gaps like this. Jaylen can now string together moves, and he uses this hesitation a lot, feigning a shot and then blowing by defenders to the rim. Brown often heads left, where he can get low and tuck the ball like a halfback. Again, note the strength to muscle through contact here. He has a good first step, heading right on this play and shouldering off his man, and he'll mix in jab steps and up fakes to set up his driving game. There's the body shield, the hit, and a simple little finish. However, he does miss too many easy ones at the rim for my liking, maybe because his hands aren't that big. Here the ball just flies out as he tries to palm it. And despite having some impressive vertical pop, he's not a great rim finisher for a wing. Jaylen ranks near the bottom of the league in shots blocked relative to rim attempts. Many of these are exposed and vulnerable like this. He's certainly springy enough to finish around smaller rim protectors, although many of those layups are more about sliding into a specific opening rather than possessing great finishing moves. His improved handle has opened up his mid-range game too, taking him to sweet spots around the foul line, where he has pretty nice touch. He's really comfortable pulling up around the elbows like this, making a healthy 47% of his short mid-range shots this year, and his newfound dribbling combinations unearth more open mid-rangers for him now. Since defenders have to respect this pull-up, the ball handling lets Brown go to that up-fake move to freeze defenders that bite. Jaylen's shot indicators have all improved this year, notably his long two-point percentage and corner three accuracy, and high-level outside shooting is a critical factor in his offensive improvement. He has the same high apex release jumper from anywhere on the court, comfortable shooting right up over small defenders because of that leaping ability. This combination gives him access to high-level mid-range shots, although these are merely flashes now and not likely to be an efficient weapon in the near-term future. Instead, Brown's offensive tools are more complementary, attacking closeouts fairly well with that low burst and strength, and floating into spots to drill catch-and-shoot threes with that high apex jumper. His feet don't always need to be set the same way on these, which adds some versatility to his catch-and-shoot game, and he's in the 79th percentile on catch-and-shoot three-point accuracy this year, buoyed by that excellent corner three percentage. Brown actually leads the NBA in spot-up points per game, per synergy, and he's comfortable taking a quick dribble and firing these, or even turning that into an escape dribble and stepping back for a clearer look. He has a little pull-up 3-2, although those percentages are much lower in the bottom quarter of the league among regular pull-up 3 practitioners. He has decent off-ball activity in general, understanding when to fill spaces or cut in certain situations. This is a nice read with the defender high, but you can see his lack of lateral quickness in these cuts. Instead, Jaylen's more of a straight-line downhill athlete, excelling in transition like a running back busting into the secondary. His speed and athletic gifts are tailored for these full-court bursts. Brown's 8th in the league in transition points per game, and without big setup in the paint, he can knife past backpedaling defenders for clean rim finishes. And he also weaponizes his stride when he has a runway like this, often with a low, powerful gather step, or sometimes just Euro stepping past opponents. He doesn't always hit open teammates in these spots though, and that's consistent with a lack of vision in the half court. This double team is easy to exploit, and he doesn't readily spot cutters either. This pass isn't too advanced. One pass Brown can make is the laydown, where he draws help on a beeline to the basket, then finds an open layup. Also, notice he's on the move heading into these drives, and then how quickly he goes once he catches it. In stark contrast, He's not well suited for pick and roll orchestration. This is a decent kick out, but Jaylen's often looking to score in the paint on these, not spray to shooters, and that involves concentrating on those new dribbling moves. He comes off ball screens here with kick out options, but it takes mental energy to plan these, and there's still a work in progress. On defense, Jaylen's more of a natural, where his strength and 7-foot wingspan can keep opponents at bay. Note the light feet too, tap dancing a bit in any direction instead of the classic slide, and this is a mismatch against journeyman Tim Frazier. Here's an unenviable island to be on against Pascal Siakam, and he stays balanced, and again, very light feet position him perfectly, and it's a turnover the other way. There's that speed, and oh, what a oh, look out, Kyle. Where was I? Yes, hips. Look at those hips. Crowds and then easily backpedals with Ben Simmons. Brown does a solid job navigating most picks, although he can get hung up on a bigger screener. Here he maintains his inside connection on the switch, and that athleticism and size allows him to break up the lob. On this one, he muscles through the screen, and then that wingspan snatches one from a big, but those blinders prevent him from repaying Tatum, and it's an uncomfortable miss. Jaylen does dig down well like this, and he has strong accuracy attacking the ball. A long arm saves a layup here. He's also super switchable because of that sturdiness, able to guard fours like Al Horford, and even temporarily hold off the monsters like Joel Embiid. Brown's occasionally crossed up by quickness, but in general, he's not an error-prone defender. That's a rare gamble that misses. I'm more interested in his paint reactions in spots like this one. Elite team defenders pounce on this from the weak side, and being a step slow dampens value. Brown has all the tools to be a playmaking wing who disrupts high-leverage plays in the paint. There's a nice laydown. And his size and on-ball skills could yield more of these key team plays. This is a perfect example, sliding over to pounce on a rolling big, and then almost hitting the pass coming down in transition, but it's a bit off the mark. Yet Brown's not a huge playmaker on defense right now, with moderate block and steal rates. He still fouls a bit too often in spots, leaning too hard, and I wonder how much more active he can be as a help defender as he matures. The impact metrics are lower on his D, but I think there's some noise here undervaluing his ability to guard powerful wings late in the playoffs. He's not a lead initiator on offense, but that quick-hitting off-ball game does fit next to elite talent. His skills are certainly amplified in Boston right now, and on defense he has the potential to reach all-league status with more experience in the next few years. Because he's so studious, I'm intrigued by how much more he can squeeze out of his ceiling. He's likely near his apex as a shooter, but his passing can certainly grow, and similarly, so can his off-ball defensive reads. Some post moves wouldn't hurt, or foul drawing tactics in general. Given that, I can see an all-star berth or two without unreasonable growth, but in 2020, I see Jaylen Brown as a slight positive on offense on really good teams, and a slightly bigger positive on defense, leaving him just shy of an all-star level player. A special announcement: one of the reasons videos aren't as plentiful right now is a new podcast venture that I co-host called COVID Daily News, link in the description. It's designed to bring you the latest research, reliable data, and news on the coronavirus pandemic so you can stay informed about safety, progress, and policy as we all go through this together. If you just want to watch basketball, you can support this channel and help me continue to make videos at patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. There are additional articles there, videos, and an online community. A huge thanks to all of you who support me there. And now, especially, I hope that you are having a great day.